The judge ruled today there is enough evidence to move forward with all charges against Banks and Bennett, including criminal intent to murder as well as criminal gang activity. They'll be back in front of a judge in a month to ask for bond. PD says they used at least 5 cameras from local businesses, including this BP, as well as from the Varsity across the street in order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant.
Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks, arm out the window, firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Show your face! Show your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, we're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, first and foremost, shout out to Mickey Truth for getting down to the bottom of this Atlanta attempted murder case that happened in 2019 involving King Von, Lil Durk, Bayzoo, and hella bands. Now, she provided a key piece to this mystery in regards to the case just mysteriously being dropped out of nowhere, and as we've been telling y'all, something just isn't sounding right, as we believe that everything may have been pinned on King Von. Way too many red flags involving this case, and as I always told y'all, the devil is the master of confusion. In this case, the prosecutors seem to have so much evidence against these guys, especially Durk, including surveillance, all for them just to suddenly drop the case out of nowhere, and when asked why, they say it was the prosecutor's discretion, which means that they just decided to drop it to their discretion. You know, no real reason, it was just to their discretion. Keep in mind, like y'all saw in the beginning of this video, they had multiple camera surveillance, then they said that they had enough evidence against Durk to go to trial, and then the infamous picture of an arm hanging out of a vehicle firing shots, in which prosecutors at the time were very adamant that it was Lil Durk who stuck his hand out the vehicle and began firing. So with all that evidence, what would make them just drop the case out of nowhere and go cold turkey? Well, I want y'all to listen to a clip from Mickey Truth. She did an update video where she called the Fulton County Jail because in the previous video she did covering the case, she says that out of King Von, Bayzoo, and hella bands, Durk was the only one who she couldn't find his portion of the case. Neither could she locate his closure letter. For y'all that don't know what that is, it's a court document sent to the defendant pretty much letting it be known that their case is now closed for whatever reason. Now when it comes to Durk, Mickey has claimed that although the case was closed, you were still not able to see the case in regards to Lil Durk, but you were able to see King Von's case. Not only that, but the mere fact that they all caught that case in 2019, but King Von died in November of 2020, then Durk case was dismissed in October of 2022, while Bayzoo will recently be dismissed off that case in February 6th of 2023 this year, due to the prosecutors not willing to go forward with it. But the strangest part about it all is why were they just let go out of nowhere? With all the evidence that they claimed that they had in the beginning, with the talks of going to trial, why would they just throw all that away and decide not to follow through with anything? And why did it take so long to dismiss these cases years after if they was only going to dismiss it anyway? Then on top of that, Bayzoo had caught another case on top of being out while fighting the Atlanta case, where he was picked up for possessing firearms with switches and the whole 9 yards. You know, so it was just a lot going on. But anyway, Mickey Truth called the Fulton County Jail to get an update involving the case, and here's how it
Yes. Okay, so it was declined to prosecute, and you said February 6, 2023, right? All right. Well, I appreciate it. That's all I needed to know.
So like Mickey stated in her video, why did it take them so long to drop Bayzoo's case if they dropped Durk's case in October of 2022? And the only reason they're giving us is because of discretion. You know, it's not like they had to do any type of investigation and extra this. They just said it's up to their discretion. You know, then the next question will be, with all the evidence that they had against Lil Durk, why did the DA tell us that if King Von was still alive, he would be indicted? You know, what was it that would have made them indict him and just him only when you had 3 other people on that case? In fact, let's read what the DA had to say when Durk's case was dismissed and they told us that King Von would have been indicted if he was still alive. Now the DA said, quote, "This office has declined to indict Durk Banks, aka Lil Durk, for the February 5th, 2019 incident because insufficient evidence exists to prove his guilt beyond reasonable doubt at trial. If co-defendant Davon Bennett, aka King Von, had not died in 2020, he would have been indicted for this incident. As stated in the motion declining to indict Mr. Banks, the Atlanta Police Department had evidence to establish probable cause to arrest him. That standard of proof, however, is considerably lower than the beyond a reasonable doubt standard of proof required at trial, which the evidence in this case does not meet." Now, this is the part that I always found fascinating, because when you pay attention to all the news and the headlines and the stuff that they had when King Von was alive and him and Durk was going back and forth to court, they were mainly paying attention to Lil Durk. The attention was on Lil Durk. It wasn't more so about, you know, King Von. Yes, he was his co-defendant, because remember, they didn't tell us nothing about the hella bands and the THF Bayzoo. They didn't really tell us about. All we seen was King Von and Lil Durk, so we all thought that it was just them two involved in that case. But we were sadly mistaken. However, they were focused more on Lil Durk. They were saying they had all the evidence on him. They were saying that they seen his arm. Everything was very much focused on Lil Durk. Then if y'all remember, they kept talking about this surveillance video. So if they keep saying that they have insufficient evidence and that's what led them to pretty much believe that they don't have enough evidence, what is the surveillance? That's pretty much all the evidence you need. Usually it's surveillance or possession. Possession is 9/10 of the law. So what more do you need if you have surveillance footage? So with all that being said, man, basically we learned that everyone was let go except King Von, and he would have been the one indicted. But once again, I wonder why. I wonder why the case wasn't showing up for Lil Durk at a point in time as well, because if y'all remember, shout out to Hood Educated, he also did a video where he called the Fulton County Jail and he asked the clerk about that case, and she said that there was no next court date for Lil Durk. Keep in mind that this is at a time where the case was supposedly still open. So I don't know, but slowly but surely more and more information is revealing itself in these cases. On another note, maybe Durk and Zoo was let go because maybe they know that it's something bigger coming, God forbid. But y'all know that that's how the police like to play their little games too. And with all these RICO indictments and this indictment and that indictment flying around, I wouldn't put it past them, man. So y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Like I said, just an update on the whole situation, where a lot of us feel that maybe they just threw it on Vaughn. You know, I'm not saying that that is the case, but something just isn't making sense. And that's pretty much it, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.